Mayweather said at some point when he was in the corner that when he was, I think when he was just on the corner here, that it was hard to jab Logan. And before you say this, yes, I know it's hard to jab someone that is a lot taller than you, but we're talking about Floyd Mayweather. We're talking about this guy. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather. We're not talking about a YouTuber or anything. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather. We're not talking about a chump or anything. We're talking about a guy who should not ever say in a fight against it's not against the guy. I don't want to call him a YouTuber because I don't want to downplay him. Against the guy that has been boxing for less than 5 years, that he's having a hard time jabbing him. That shouldn't be something that he says. He didn't even say that with Conor. Even though that was a pro fight, he didn't even say that with Conor. Like, listen, I know the height has a huge factor in it, but Floyd should have, if he really you could tell in that moment when Floyd was talking to his coaches, and I think I can pull this up on oh wait, I don't know if you can see my screen. But essentially, Logan released a video where Floyd is saying it's hard to hit him with the jab, and you've probably already seen it on his Instagram account, but again, that was in a raw moment. That was not Floyd posing for the cameras, being generous. That was him, a genuine sentence, a genuine thought that Mayweather had. That was not formulated. That was something that Mayweather said. And for Logan to make Mayweather say that is a huge W in itself. And it's honestly a failure that for Floyd to say that is just it creates an L for him. It creates a big L for Floyd, for him to say he's that, and to say that he was tougher than I thought. And I know the people are gonna say Floyd was generous. He let him go the 8 rounds. Is there some truth to that? Yes, of course. But there were moments when Floyd was genuinely trying and not able to succeed, and for him to be able to say it's hard to get the jab in, well, but maybe you should have worked the body more and found a way to be better at the clinch, and like when Logan was clinching you should have done better in the clinch, Floyd, and you should have been prepared to deal with someone like this. And again, Floyd trained hard for this fight. He didn't underestimate Logan. Anyone who's saying that is making excuses. At the end of the day, this guy walked away with millions of dollars in the cash bank. And yeah, I mean, again, the jab of again, it's hard to hit Logan when he's constantly clinching you. It's hard to ride the momentum that Mayweather was riding, and Logan stopped that momentum from happening. He stopped that momentum from happening, and that's why it got hard for him to do that. And for Logan to be able to say that, and for us, and for me to be saying that, and for other people to be saying that, is a huge W for Logan and an L for Mayweather. So that's my reaction to the fight. That's my breakdown and analysis of what actually went down. I see Milton and Logan hugging. At the end of the day, Logan obviously won this fight. If you think Logan won this fight, you just are clearly just getting into this whole boxing thing. Mayweather would have won if this was a real fight. Logan did not show that he was technically that great, but I do think that he could technically, I think with his skill level and after all the experience he's gotten with Mayweather, which has been so valuable to him, I think he can beat really any YouTuber and is the king of YouTube boxing for the moment. And his style, it's awkward and it's weird. It's not pleasant to the eye, and there's a lot to criticize. But guess what, guys? He has had 3 fights that have all gone the distance, where he's taken hard shots, given hard shots, and it's working for him. Even though and the reason why you like Jake is because he's a lot more textbook and traditional. But I appreciate what Logan was able to do with the clinching and with the ability to avoid shots from Mayweather and actually land some really good shots for a guy that's only been doing this for a couple of years. Give credit where credit is due, and don't make excuses for this man. Because at the end of the day, this guy won the fight, but Logan won the fight in other ways, and Mayweather took an L, but not in the way that you would think he took an L, if that makes sense. And again, I think Logan's had better competition. You have to admit, this fight was more competitive than any of Jake's fight, was more harder than any of Jake's fights, and was improved way more than any of Jake's fights have. How does Ben Askren compare to this? And people are like, oh well, Ben Askren was trying. Ben Askren and Neil Robertson, they never trained. Gibb didn't train. Deji didn't train, and Mayweather was actively trying, pushing the gas on the pedal, was actively trying to wear him down in this fight. There were moments when Mayweather was actually Like, you could tell that he was trying and that he wasn't being generous. Like, there were moments when you could tell that he was being generous and he wasn't really going for it, but there were moments when he was, and that's normally what would happen. And the fact that he wasn't able to um essentially make Logan locked, or like what we got with McGregor is what we should have gotten with Logan. Like Floyd was never, like with KSI in round 6, he was absolutely dominating. Floyd was dominating in a technical way, but he should have been dominating more than in a technical way. And I know Mayweather doesn't have knockout power and he's not known for that, but still, what happened with Conor is what should have happened with Logan, and that's an L for Mayweather. Anyways, guys, I've been talking for too long. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.